ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम Mandalam 9, Suktam 35, Rishi Prabhuvasu Angirasa, Devata Pavamana Soma, Chandas Gayatri, Ana Pavasvatharaya 35.1. O purified Soma, flowing with the stream, please make us vast wealth by that you make us perceive spiritual light, and you flow towards us with that. Flowing with the stream, may Atmiya Soma manifest abundant wealth. May he flow towards the sacrificers with spiritual light by which they can perceive truth. He causes manifestation of water, etc. 35.2. Indo Samudraminkhaya, O soul of Soma, mover of water, shaker of all and upholder of wealth, may you flow freely towards us. Next look. Tvaya Virena Viravobhi, O Soma, abounding in heroes, with the help of valorous you, may we overcome foes desiring to fight us. Please cause the most admirable wealth to flow towards us. Most admirable wealth generally implies self-knowledge or spiritual energy. Force here means sinful thoughts in one's own mind. 35.4. Pravajamindurishyati granter of strength and wise like a sage, Soma, knowing Rita and weapons and desiring us, please excite vigor in us. Soma is the bestower of essence of life on man. 35.5. Tamgir Phir Vajaminkhayam Punanam Vasayamasi. I plot with Vedic hymns Soma, who is the mover of speech, is purifier, and is the Lord of the spiritual race present in human beings. The seer of the Sukta is praising the flowing essence of Atma in this Ruk, obviously. 35.6, last Ruk in the Sukta. Vishyoyasya pradejano adhara dharmanaspade. All men are held in or by the laws of Soma, who is the Lord of all ordinances. He is the purifier, and he abounds in wealth. Soma is the Lord of nature's laws. Living forms appear and disappear as per the decrees of Soma. While living, each one in this universe exhibits its own nature. We go to next Suktam from the same Rishi, Suktam 36. Same Devata, same Chandas. Asatirathyo yatha pavitre jambo sutta. 36.1. The born or extracted Soma, spiritual, it is discharged from the reservoir like a horse to the purifier. The quick-moving Soma goes over to the goal or race course. Born Soma essence goes to the strainer for getting purified. Purified essence flows to its goal, different manifested forms in the universe, or abode of Atma. Savahni Somajagrivi 36.2. O Soma, bearer of spiritual light or ray of life, active and desired by shining beings, you please flow towards the storehouse overflowing with sweet essence. May Soma flow to the abode of Atma or to the great receptacles, the space and earth. Sano Jyotim Shipurya Omana Virochaya 36.3. O ancient, purified or flowing Soma, please shine on us the spiritual light rays and impel us for acquiring strength and wisdom. May Atmiya Soma shine spiritual light on the sacrificers and urge them on to acquire spiritual knowledge. Shumbhamana Ridayubhir Mujjamana Gabhastyo 36.4. Adorned by lovers of Vrutta and purified in their hands, please flow in the woolly hairy sea or in the undecaying enclosure. O Soma, implied meaning, O Soma, please be flowing in the undecaying cloud of ignorance. We go to the next one. Savishwad Ashushe Vasu Somo Divyani Parthiva. Let that Soma make flow all wealth that are there in the space, on the earth and in the atmosphere towards an offerer of oblations. Last stroke in the Sukta, 36.6. Adivas Prishtamashvayut Gavyayu Somarohasi. O Lord of Might, spiritual Soma, may you ascend to the top of the space, desiring to give us wealth consisting of horses, cows and heroes. Top of the space implies here the state before the manifestation of the space, which may mean Janaloka or birthless Brahman. Alternately, may Soma shower this wealth from the top of the space. This is the implied meaning. We go to next Suktam 37 from another Rishi, another famous Rishi, Yahugana Angirasa. Devada same, Chandas the same. Paman Soma and Gayatri. Sasuta Pitaye Vrisha Soma Pavitreya Rishati 37.1. That born or extracted shower of happiness, Atmiya Soma, desiring shining beings, flows in the strainer, killing demonic thoughts for their drinking. Flowing essence of Atma, extracted by the sage, kills all demonic thoughts or unreal forms made of matter in his mind and flows for Indra for drinking. Shining beings could be enlightened souls or imaginary entities like Adityas, Rudras, Vasus, etc. Sabavitre Vijakshano Harirarshadi Dharnasi 37.2. That spiritual ray which is very bright and is full of support flows in the strainer, making noise and goes towards the abode. Ray of spiritual light is present in or illumines ignorance and goes to the abode. Quanta of spiritual energy flow along this ray at every instant, each one setting up one Somadhara with respect to time. This is the implied meaning. Savaji Rojanadiva Pavamano Vidhavati. That fast-moving spiritual Soma is illuminator of the space and destroyer of demonic thoughts. Flowing or purified Atmiya Soma rushes towards undecaying enclosed space. Soma activates the mind and then flows towards abode of Atma. It also causes manifestation of the space, etc. Since Atmiya Soma is extracted in the mind, he is said to be fast moving, meaning at speed of mind. Collecting flowing property of water from the cloud, each Soma drop flows to the abode of Atma to get charged spiritually. Satritasyaadhisanavi pavamano arochayat. He purified or flowing in the summit of the three worlds, along with his relations, illumines the sun or the soul of the sun. The three worlds are causal, subtle and gross. Summit of the three worlds is Turiya. Along with the presiding deities of the three worlds, Soma, sitting in the fourth stage, illumines the three worlds through the respective presiding deities, enlightened shining beings. This sutta brings out the essential characteristics of Soma beautifully. Atmiya Soma presides over Janaloka. Savrutraha Vrusha Suto 37.5. That Soma runs like a horse. He is born or extracted. He is destroyer of foes. He is shower of happiness. He is grantor of freedom and is not to be trifled with. Sadeva Kavineshitobhi. That resplendent Soma, urged on by the sage, rushes towards the containers for the grantor of gifts, Indra. Containers are infinite diverse forms made of inert matter. Next suktam is from the same Rishi, same Devata and same Chandas. Esha usya vrisha ratho vyovare bhirarushati. Shower of happiness and pure pleasure, going to thousands of precious possessions which to be protected in closed spaces, this very Soma flows. Quanta of spiritual energy flows to heart spaces of all living creatures to act as the witnessing self in each. This energy is pure bliss. This is the implied meaning. Edam tritasya yoshano harim hinvandyadribhi 38.2. Maidens of the stair and the three worlds set in motion the spiritual Soma with the help of clouds for Indra for drinking. Limbs of the wise sages who stays in the three worlds, causal, subtle and gross, or who believes in the universe to be real, conceive of the flowing essence of Atma with the help of ignorance cloud. This flowing essence of Atma is to go with Indra. Inert objects or forms are assigned feminine gender in Rigveda. Edam tyam harito dasha 38.3. 10 active verdant maidens by whom this one is made to shine, purify him, Soma. This Soma is made to shine by 10 limbs or organs of the sage. they modify him to Jivatma, who becomes enjoyer of material objects. 38.4. Eshasya manushishva sheno na vikshusidati. This very Soma lie in wait for human subjects like a hawk, or going to them like a husband going to his wife. Implied meaning, this Soma becomes the witnessing self, staying with Jivatma within the heart spaces of living beings like man and wife during the whole lifetime of that living being. Eshasya madhyo raso avachaste divasishu. 38.5. Soma enters the enclosed space. This child of the shining one, becoming the essence of delight, perceives all. This Soma becomes the witnessing self as explicitly stated in this book. Shining one implies Atma, the self. This is implied meaning. 38.6. Eshasya pidaye suto harirarshati dharnasi. This very born or extracted, full of support spiritual Soma makes noise. He moves towards his abode for drinking or for enjoying the body. Soma drop, acting as witnessing self, moves from one body to another continuously. The two suktas from sage Rahugna, though simple, bring out the concept of flowing essence of Atma beautifully. These two suktas are to be remembered. That Suktam 39. We go to Rishi Brihanmati Angirasa Devata Pavamana Soma Chandas Gayatri. Asurarsha Brihanmate Paripriyena Dhamma. 39.1. O highly intelligent Soma, you move around quickly with the deer above it, saying, where are the shining beings? The implied meaning is this book is on flowing essence of Atma, Soma. 39.2. Parishkrinvan anishkrita. Parishkrinvan anishkritam janaya yadayan nisha. 39.2. O Soma, may you let the rainwater flow down from the atmosphere, thus completing the unfinished task of setting in motion food for born beings. Meaning, by letting down rainwater, Atmiya Soma causes the manifestation of food through plants. Sutta edi pavitra a tushim dadhana ojasa. 39.3. Born or extracted in the strainer, Soma, Atmiya Soma, approaches us upholding spiritual light with his strength, perceiving clearly and well illuminating all. The flowing essence of Atma Soma is appearing before the sacrificers. He becomes the witnessing self and illuminator of the whole universe. Implied meaning. 39.4. Ayam sayo divaspari raghuyama pavitra. This Soma, who moves easily over the illumined space, arriving in the strainer, causes the waves or pulses or illusions of water particles to move. So implied meaning, Soma causes the movement of drops of spiritual energy quanta carrying essence to living bodies. 39.5. Avivasan paravato atho arvavadasuta. Then this born or extracted soma, inhabiting bodies of creatures living far and near, discharges this sweet soma essence for Indra. Witnessing self only bestows existence on Jivatma. Indra this point is made clear in this by the Rak. Samichina, last Rak. Samichina anushata harim hinvandyadribhi. 39.6. O friends, collecting together you praise the spiritual Soma, whom we set in motion with the help of clouds of ignorance. Make him sit down in the abode of Ruta. This Soma causes the manifestation of the universe and is therefore fit to be praised. Abode of Ruta is Satya, or Ruta is extracted from Satya. This is the point implied in the Rak. We go to the next Suktam from the same Rishi, Suktam 40, Devata the same, Chandas the same. Punano Akramidabhivishva Mrutho Vicharshani, purified perceiver of all, witnessing self Soma, towers over all contemptuous men. He makes a wise man or a sage shine with intelligence. Ayoni maruno ruhat gamadindram prashasuta. 40.2. Shrower of happiness, born or extracted Soma, ascends the reddish abode of Atma, the self. Then he goes to Indra and sits in the permanent abode. Soma, as witnessing self, is present in the heart space of living creatures. The same Soma sits with Indra in the abode of Atma. Nunorayim mahamindo asmabhyam Soma Vishwata. O powerful Soma, may you cause thousands of great wealth, quanta of spiritual energy, flow towards us quickly from all directions. These next three rigs are easy enough to understand without additional explanations. Vishwa Soma Pavamana Yumnanindava Abhara. 40.4. O purified or flowing powerful Soma, please procure for us all kinds of wealth and obtain food by the thousands for all living creatures. Sana Punana Avararayim Stotre Suvityam. O purified Soma, may you obtain wealth consisting of heroes for the praiser and cause the speeches of the praiser grow. Last look. Punana Indavavara Soma Dvibarha Samrayim. O powerful Soma, being purified by us, please obtain for us doubly strong wealth. O drop of Soma, shower on us good praise. Doubly strong wealth may mean gross and spiritual wealth. Next look is from Suktam 31. This is from Sage Medhyaditi Kanva Devata Pavamana Soma Chandas Gayatri. Prayegavo Napurnaya. Drops of Soma who become like a ray of spiritual light in course of time, attractive These drops are brilliant and agile, destroying the skin of darkness that cover the whole universe with their light. Flowing essence of Atma, Soma, bestows existence on the universe with the spiritual light rays, just like the sun illuminates it by destroying darkness. This is the implication. Next look, 9.41.2. Suvitasya anamahedi sedum duravyam. We intensely reflect on him who is the overcomer of an infidel, of an obstructor of good donors of wealth, of one who is difficult to pass through or lawless. The sacrificers reflect on Soma possessing qualities mentioned in the Rig. We go to next Rig, 41.3. Shrunve Prishterivasvana Pavamanasya Shushmina. The sound of the purified or flowing Soma is heard like that of rainwater falling down to earth. His radiances move in the sky like that of lightning. Soma causes manifestation of rain, lightning or electrical energy, etc. All flowing streams produce sounds that are characteristic to each one of them, but all sounds are encompassed by Om. Apavasvamahimisham Gomadindo Hiranyavat. 41.4. O drop of Soma extracted by us, please cast the flow of the great wealth consisting of cows, gold, horses and food as well as knowledge. Great wealth includes Atmajnana as well. Sapavasva Vijarshana Amahirodasi Prana. 9.41.5. O very active Soma, may you flow and fill up the vast space, earth and the dawn with radiances like that of the sun. Soma pervades or bestows existence to all objects in the space and on the earth. He causes manifestation of this ever-changing material universe. Parina Sharmayandyadharaya Soma Vishwata. Last look in the Sukta 41.6. O Soma, please move in all directions on the top or summit of the universe with the stream that bestows on us prosperity like your essence, which is like your essence. May Soma brings prosperity to sacrificers. Summit of this universe made of matter is Janaloka. Janaloka. Next suktam is also from sage Medhyatithi Kanva. Chandas is the same, Devada is the same. Janayan Rojanadibo, Janayan Pasusuvityam. 42.1. This spiritual energy, Soma, generating luminous bodies in the space, such as the sun, in the atmosphere and in water, flows, clothing the earth with water streams. Flowing essence of Soma, flowing essence of Atma Soma, bestows existence on the stars in the space, energy in the space, in the atmosphere, in the water, in air, and cover the earth with water vapor. Water vapor carrying clouds in the atmosphere. This is the implied meaning. Esha pratnena manmana devo devebhyaspari. 42.2. This resplendent Soma, getting extracted by ancient Vedic phrases, moves around with the stream for shining beings, imparting existence on them. 42.3. Next look. No explanations for that. Vavridhanaya turvaye pavante vajasataye. These drops of soma, glittering in thousand different forms, flow for the advancement of all, for overpowering internal force and for distribution of wealth or knowledge. 42.4. Duhana pratmamitpaya pavitre parishichyate. Atmiya Soma, who yields essence of light, or spiritual light energy, which was existing even before, is being sprinkled in the strainer, then making noise. Shining forms are being created. When the minds of ancient sages, implied meaning, when the minds of ancient sages were activated by the witnessing self-Atma, they generated the concept of flowing essence of Atma, Soma, which gave birth to shining forms like Indra, Mitra, Varuna, etc., who are strengtheners of nature or Vrita. Abhivishwanivarya Abhideva Vrita Vrita. 42.5. Soma, getting purified, moves towards all kinds of desirable wealth and also towards shining beings who are strengtheners of Vrita. Last work in the sutta. Gomanna Soma Viravad Ashwavad Vajavad Sutta. Who extracted or born Soma, please cast the flow of great wealth consisting of cows, heroes, horses and food as well as knowledge towards us. This is the same as was given in 9.41.4. Another suktam from same Medhyadithi, Devata same, Chandas the same. Yo atya iva mridyate gorbhir madaya haryata. Soma is being purified or cleansed like a horse with spiritual light ray. For delight we shall cover that desirable one with Vedic hymns. Soma, flowing essence of Atma, carrying spiritual light rays generated by the wise sages, is being praised by these Vedic hymns. Tamno Vishwa Avasivo Gira Shumbhandi Purvatha. 43.2. All speeches of ours who are desiring his protection make Soma shine as a fold for Indra for drinking. Implied meaning, these hymns make this Soma shine and fit for Indra for drinking. Drop of flowing essence of Soma becomes witnessing self to activate Jivatma Indra attached to bodies of living creatures. This is the implied meaning. 43.3. Punano yadi haryata somo girbhih parishkrita. Purified, desirable Soma, adorned by Vedic speeches, goes towards knowledge sacrifices of a wise guest of personified intelligence. Flowing essence of Atma Soma is talked about freely in knowledge sacrifices of the wise sages. Next work. Pavamana vidarayam asmabhyam soma sushriyam. O purified or flowing powerful Soma, please give us wealth spiritual light energy or knowledge, which is very splendid and shining in 1,000 forms. This ruk and the next ruk may not need any clarification. Induratyo Namajasra Kanikrandi Pavitra 43.5. Soma is like a racing horse. He makes noise in a strain while moving out, desiring shining beings. The seer of the Supta is imagining that the witnessing self is happy to move in the minds of enlightened souls, and so he is neighing like a racehorse. This is the implied meaning. Last ruk, 9.43.6. Pavasvavajasadaye viprasya grinato vruthe somarasvasvidyam. O Soma, please flow for the distribution of wealth and for the advancement of a wise race. May you give us wealth consisting of many heroes. With this, we conclude today's session. Viramastavat.